Hello and welcome back to the podcast. Today I'm going to be dealing with the fact that ChatGPT just doesn't work for content unless you fed it the right information and enough of it. So let me break this down a little bit and let me give you an example. A client of mine who is a really good heating engineer came to me with a list full of scripts, okay, and he'd written all of this stuff out. And I thought, oh, great, he's come really well prepared. We sat down, we put the scripts onto the teleprompter, and he's reading it, and you could just see how flat and generic he was with the content. And I said to him, did you make these scripts? He went, yeah, I went on ChatGPT and found them, right? And I said to him, okay, so you've got content that talks about heating and plumbing, but has this got any relevance to what you do and how you do it? He went, oh, no, I didn't do that. And, you know, he was only just trying to do the right thing, and he's not, you know, because he's not used to marketing his business. It's not his skill. Like, his skill is being a heating engineer, right? And so he'd gone on to ChatGPT, and it basically said, I need heating content for people in Surrey, right? And so it gave him some sort of base guideline for it, right? But he wasn't sure on what was in the content, and then he's turned up for this content shoot, and he's gone, and then all of a sudden he's trying to read the content, he's getting flustered because he's not being authentically himself, and then you are literally sat here reading a script off of ChatGPT and you sound like a robot and you wonder why the content sounds weird. The process that, and obviously because so many people have done this, I've got to see where the patterns are with it. One of the biggest problems is that you go onto ChatGPT, you haven't told it enough about who you help. You haven't given it enough information about how you do it in the process and maybe like a unique mechanism that you use to get that there, right, and to get to the result. So you've gone onto there and given it no information. It's pulled the most generic information to give you the answers, and you have no idea what's in there, right? The best way that I have found to use this if you struggle with making content is to do something where like you come up with a baseline. So you could be talking about fat loss. You go, right, the goal out of this video is to talk about fat loss. I have a client result who lost 10 kilos and she had let's say like emotional eating, right? And so I wanted the story to talk about this. One of the things that she came to me with was wanting more confidence. And what she was realizing, she was snacking late at night, which then meant that she was putting on all of these extra calories because she was hungry throughout the day because she wasn't eating early enough and having a better breakfast because she thought if she didn't eat anything in the morning then she would lose weight. And so she had it all backwards, and she obviously just realised she was then getting tired, emotional, and then obviously eating. So that was the way that the client result happened, and this is how we got to help her lose the 10 kilos, right? And then using our formula, like that could be, you know, like I've spoken about in a previous episode, is about how you can generate unique selling mechanisms to get a result. You can then put in your unique selling mechanism and why it worked, right? So then you're going to come up with a bit of content going, that late night snacking is what's holding you back from your weight loss, right? You go in the morning, you wake up and you think, if I skip breakfast and get on with my day, I'm going to get more done and I'll be leaner by the evening and I'll have lost a bit of weight. And then you get to the evening and now you're tired, you're hungry, probably angry, and now you're sitting there thinking, can I snack on a biscuit? Can I snack on something? Can I have a bit extra pasta? And then what you're doing is just waiting all day to eat that food that you've been basically needing since this morning. And then in a position where now you're putting on you're staying the same with the weight just purely because you didn't eat your breakfast. With my client, Sarah, who dropped an unbelievable 10 kilograms in 4 months, this was her. This is what she was doing every day. So what we put in place using our Forever Fit formula was making sure that she was fueling herself first for the day so that she didn't snack later on, and fueling her with the right food. That simple trick, that simple swap, and giving her something that she found interesting, liked eating, was light and easy and on the go so she felt like she can get on with the day, helped her drop weight. Just that one simple swap, let alone the training guidance that we gave her, let alone the support and accountability, just those two things alone helped her massively. And if you struggle with this and you need someone and you want to drop weight, you want to get into the shape of your life, you want your confidence back, you want to feel like that woman that you've not felt like in years, then maybe you need our Forever Fit formula to help you get there. So comment fat loss below, or DM fat loss, if you want more information about how you can get a result like Sarah. That content's got emotion in it, it's got a story in it, it's got a process in it. It's so much better compared to, if you want to lose weight, you need to make sure you're eating a good breakfast. A good breakfast will help you feel full for the day. And by doing that, that means that you're not going to be snacking late at night, which will help you lose weight. And if you want more information like this, follow for more. And I see content like that all the time. Which one would you rather? The story, the emotion, the drive, and actually someone that it's connected to, or just a very generic basic information with no character, no personality, and nothing that actually allows me to connect with you as a person? And this is the problem with using ChatGPT. It will give you the generic information, but it won't allow you to be you. And it won't be using your words and your message. It will just be spewing back out whatever you've told it. So the important steps if you want to use ChatGPT are go in, use something like Loom, like I said, give it all of the information, take the transcript off of Loom, put that into ChatGPT, or I would ideally use Claude, which is a much better AI for using for copy and content. Put it into there and say, this is who I work with, this is how I help them, this is the system. Obviously, if you're using AI and you're paying for it, you can obviously log all this memory and it will remember all of this. And when you create content, it will obviously start giving you more of that information straight up. You then take the transcript that it gives you, look at it and go, are these the words I would say? Is this the way that I would say it? Do I want to add a bit more humor in here? Do I need to make it a bit more emotional? What do I need to do? How do I feel about this content? Sure, it might be good. Is it really me? Is it the way I would talk? Is it the way that I would say things? And also, do I feel comfortable reading this? So you then go through and read it. Maybe you record it again on Loom and go through, because what you might say is, instead of going, I can't believe she dropped 10 kilos in 4 weeks. That might not be how you talk. You go, what was amazing about this? She dropped 10 kilos in 4 months. If she dropped 10 kilos in 4 weeks, we'd have a bit of an issue. 10 kilos in 4 months. And she looks and feels like the woman she's always dreamed of feeling. That might be the way you talk. That might be the way that you would put the message across. So the whole point of using AI is to get you much closer quicker, and then you go in and tweak it to your words. Because if you're reading a script that you wouldn't say, or the words that you'd never use, you get flustered, you get stuck, you then lose your personality because you're trying to perfectly perform the line on the screen, instead of actually just being authentic with it and just being able to share your message. So if you help women feel like their best self, if you get them to shed that fat that's been causing them grief for years and allow them to fit into the clothes that makes them feel unapologetically confident, then you need our mechanism. You see those words, like the power in that? ChatGPT will never write something like that. But what you can do is get far closer to it with using your words and phrases and training it how to do that, and then using something like Claude or whatever to get closer with the script, but then making sure that when you read it back and you record yourself on Loom again, those words that you would say, you've now taken that transcript and that's the final one you want to use. That will save you so much time in making content, because the last thing you want to do is pay £500, £1,000 for a content shoot. You're trying to talk through all of this content and it doesn't make sense to you. You haven't done the groundwork to then bring that to life. You're just hoping someone else will do it for you. And yeah, sure, as a videographer and someone who helps people with that, I can see that, but you're going to now lose valuable time learning that lesson when you could have just actually learned it beforehand and gone through and gone, what can I do with this content to make it sound more like me, get the best out of myself, and also produce content at a high level? So when I come in to do the shoot, I get more content done, which means I'm glad it can be signing up more clients because the content's better. I've wasted less time, so I've got more out of the content shoot. If you can get more B-roll photos and all of that from your content shoot compared to just doing 10 videos because that's all you can manage, you're going to get more out of it. So the way that you save time and make better content is to be prepared with the scripts that you know will work first, and you've tested them a little bit. Because the last thing you want to do is stand up in front of a camera and go, I don't know what to say. I'm someone who can talk a lot. I have no problem in talking on camera. So for me, I find this bit easy. The difference here is when you're taking yourself from here and being confident on camera, or here and not being confident on camera, you might have the right words to say, but you just don't say them. Like me, I can say a lot of the right words, but actually, can I say them less? Can I say less words? Can I say them better to make them more effective? And I've proven that when I've done my videos that have performed well, that's what I've done. Now I just need to match the two together, which is, if I know what I'm talking about, I'm going to be more confident on the shoot. If I've practiced already, I'm going to feel more in line with the content. If I haven't just used ChatGPT to just spew out some random stuff that I don't feel connected with, of course that's not going to work. That's like me saying, like, go and put a different version of me out and hopefully everyone likes it. What you're looking for here is taking your message, your style and your system, using AI to get you much closer to it, and something like Claude to actually help you write the scripts better than what ChatGPT will, and then having some prompts that will allow you to push the boundaries of that so you can say better words. And you're still saying them yourself, but because you've taken it from talking into Loom and telling it what you did, you've taken the transcript off of that, use ChatGPT or Claude to actually get the script better. You've practiced it. You know that those words that it said there didn't quite work, but these ones were much more like you. Now, when you come to read the script, of course you're going to feel more confident. Of course you're going to feel better with it. It's going to be so much easier. And then you can get more done. You can feel happier. You can sign up more clients. You'll feel more confident. You'll be at ease when you do the shoot. And that's what the difference is between a good content shoot and a bad content shoot. So I've helped a lot of people do this. This is part of what I do with my business, where instead of just coming up with a generic message, we actually create content that resonates with your ideal client. You see, you don't need to be getting millions of views. Cool. Yes, if you can get more, perfect. Obviously, that's all to do with the hooks and the quality of the start of the video. That's going to get more attention. But the reality is if your content performs 20% better and you get more eyeballs, you get more engagement, more of your ideal client following you, and you've got a good system to follow up with, you're going to start making more money. And yes, sure, it's an investment at the start, but what you're actually learning is the skills to be that good to get those people in. And then when you open that tap up, you've now got a system where you can pull people in from social media, and now you look like an authority and a leader compared to when you were standing there before with a generic script with no personality, no authenticity, and people sitting there going, why would I sign up to this robot? So I know I've rambled on here, and there's a good 11 minutes of me just spitting facts about content, but I hope you got a lot from that. Like I said, this is what I help people do, and obviously make it more specific and unique to their business to take that stress away. So obviously if you do struggle with this, please just reach out to me. But at the same time, I've sat here this morning, I've made a whole load of content, I've made a couple of podcasts, nice little snippets for you guys to get a lot of value from. And if this is something you struggle with, creating content in less time and better and quicker and more effective for you, this is what we do. So please reach out if you do need any help. I hope you enjoyed this podcast, got a lot of value from it, and I hope to look forward to sharing more content with you in the next podcast.